What's up guys, Coach Cobes here. In today's video I'm going to be breaking down my debut amateur fight which took place a couple of weeks ago on the 17th of June, which was 2 days after my 38th birthday. I don't actually remember too much of the fight. After the first round I kind of went into survival mode and was just fighting off instinct because I was so fucking tired. But it was an amazing experience and something I'm going to share with you guys in the upcoming videos. So next week I'm going to share what I'm doing with my training at the moment and what my focus is for the next couple of months. Enjoy this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Ring the bell to be notified every time an episode drops on Saturday. Much love. Peace. This moment here, this was cool. This was when it was like real. Where I was like, alright, the process is done. Funny little tidbit actually, I forgot my cup there because I've never actually worn a cup before, so I completely forgot it. So I got there and then I had to go back and get my cup. So you can see me kind of shaking around now. Because I've never worn a cup before, I bought it that day. Hadn't even trained with it, probably should have. Anyone that is fighting, I'd recommend train with the gear that you're going to be fighting with. This was a really cool experience. Like I felt very calm leading up to the fight, and I made sure I did a pretty good job of managing my energy, I think. In saying that, as I mentioned earlier, after the first round, I was pretty tired. But my game plan was to use my footwork, my movement, to keep him away from me. And straight away just close the distance. And I was like, alright, guess we're doing this then. So that's why I was tired, because the whole first round was grappling and I'd only spent probably the last couple of weeks doing grappling. Because I was like, well, I'm strong enough, I've got the rugby background, I don't need to spend that much time on it yet, but because I'm good kind of in that middle range because of the strength, even though I haven't done, I think I did one wall work session, no wrestling. I haven't done a whole lot of wrestling. So yeah, the first 4 or 5 weeks of camp I think was boxing, and then a couple of weeks kickboxing, and then a couple of weeks of grappling. I grabbed the fence here. I totally, again, just no experience. I hadn't been in the cage before, so he was coming at me. We had some good exchanges, but yeah, grappling is very fucking tiresome. You just, especially someone like me who's kind of small but holds a lot of muscle mass, you know, I need to do very specific conditioning and a lot of muscular endurance, strength endurance work, which I hadn't been doing too much of leading into the fight. Mind you, I was supposed to fight 2 weeks earlier than this, and then the weekend before I hurt my left shoulder pretty bad. Like the next day I couldn't even raise it away from my side without hurting. Can't remember what I was saying then. Played rugby the weekend before, and I injured myself, so I couldn't train the entire week leading up to the fight. And I think I knew I was fighting, confirmed, maybe a week out, 6 days out, something like that, 8 days, somewhere around there. So the last week was just nursing an injury. But yeah, it got me thinking afterwards, once I had a review of how I would change things going into the next one. I mean, one of the biggest things that was really relevant for me was, you know, just the whole process of putting together the fight camp, putting together nutrition, putting together recovery to be peaking at the right time. So that was really good. And I mean, in terms of first fight, I thought I did a pretty good job of, in hindsight, I'd do more grappling and less time boxing, because as you can see, we barely spent any time on the feet. But, you know, I had the rugby background, the strength to kind of win some of those exchanges. But he was good. It was a good fight. We're both kind of scrappy and like we're going at each other, so it was really enjoyable. He's way more technical than me. There was one point where he had my had my arm, I think, in a triangle, my left shoulder, and that was the damaged shoulder. So he just missed me with that kick. That was the damaged shoulder. So I literally just remember, like, fuck, I need to get out of here. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is I was walking back to the corner after the first round, and I was like, holy fuck, I was so dizzy, and I was like, right, it's time to go into a dark place. And I just kind of let my instincts take over. I don't remember too much of the next 2 rounds. A couple of times where I was in danger, like here. I remember landing a good shot here. Oh no, it wasn't here. He hit me with a knee there. I don't remember that. I do remember this. I do remember being in trouble. And then I think I got out of this. I only know that because I've watched it back now. But yeah, on the night, I don't remember much of the second round. I don't remember much of the third round. I just remember being in danger and kind of coming to. And like, fuck, I need to get out of here right now. So you'll see there's a couple times where like I look very tired, or I'm resting and then he beats me in a position or an exchange or whatever. But then there's other times where like I'm explosive and get my timing, but then I'm kind of resting in the next position. So yeah, it was energy management was absolutely crucial. Like I barely remember too much. I kind of remember, as I mentioned, being in danger, working hard to get out of that, and then kind of getting my arm raised, and then my fighters, all the guys in the corner, taking all the gear off, and I was just overheating so much. And I was like, people try and talk to me, I was like, I don't need anything coming in right now, like I need to just fucking be by myself. And I walked over to the pool and like jumped in the pool, tried to cool down, and then I need to vomit, and then I got back in the pool, and then I vomited again. It took me like an hour to recover after this fight. I think it was a combination of, you know, obviously the energy expenditure, like the nerves. I wouldn't say I was nervous. I was excited, you know, like I had butterflies throughout the week, which is something that's I really enjoyed, because I don't feel that too often these days. You know, like I said, I played rugby the weekend before, and our team won one of the tiers of the tournament, and like we were playing the final against a good team, and we knew that, you know, it was going to be a difficult time, but you know, I wasn't nervous or anything. I don't get nervous because I've played rugby for 20 years, and the last time I kind of felt those butterflies and those nerves was probably in Afghanistan when when we were going out on patrol, and there was a higher likelihood of getting shot at. You know, that was probably the last time I kind of felt those highs. So yeah, it was really cool to feel that and experience it. Like I said, look at this, I'm fucked here. I'm just like, holy shit. I think I like just went and sat in the corner, and I don't remember. All I remember actually is Sharma, one of my fighters who fights next weekend, won championship, his co-main event. He was one of my cornermen. All I remember is him saying, "Coach, only control, only control." Last round, I thought I lost the first round. I remember going back to the corner in the first round, like really tired, and then I just remember, I can't remember if it was D or Gabriel. They're like, I think you lost that first round, you need to work. And that's when I was like, all right, let's go to a dark place. Was it here he got me in? No. So by this stage, I was just operating off instinct and control. I mean, that's a great point. Like, if you are fighting, having your first fight or whatever, like, it's so important, the people that you have in your corner. Because when I was kind of like zoning out, there was times where I couldn't even fucking hear the crowd. I couldn't hear anything. Like, I was just, when you get to a point, and I've been in this position so many times, when you get to a point where you're so fucking exhausted and you're so spent and you're giving everything, like, you just get this tunnel vision where you don't see like anything outside of like right here, and your senses are literally just, and that is literally the fight or flight response, right? We go into this massive stress response where the danger gets all of our attention and focus, as it should, but that's at the expense of everything else. But as I mentioned, having good cornermen, good people around you, just knowing the right thing to say at the right time, what you need to hear, and all I heard was control. So that was literally the only fucking thing in my mind when I was in that fight or flight state, was just control. So yeah, I thank him for that. That was brilliant cornering. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and sometimes you know, in the corner you need someone who's technical, that is giving you those technical elements when you need them. But sometimes you just need the right fucking words, whether that's encouragement, whether that's fire. Like look at Leon Edwards' corner when he was losing to Kamaru Usman, and then his corner I think it was his head coach, just lit a fire up under him, and he came out and did what he did. So yeah, the value of the people in your corner and the people around you, not just in the fight but leading up to that point, extremely important. Now, in saying that, you know, I did plan the whole training camp myself. I did all the nutrition, did all the recovery, everything. But those guys right there, all my sponsored fighters, Live Train Perform sponsored fighters, that is literally the reason why I'm building my online business, so I can support them. Those of you that are in the know, Brad Riddell was there of the UFC. Got to fight in front of Brad for my first fight. Pretty cool. What was I saying? I apologise if I'm rambling a little bit. I did smoke a little bit earlier, so I'm a little bit stoned. I remember this. Just getting my arms raised and then getting around the team and then them taking my gear off and then just overheating. I was like, I need to fucking cool down as much as I can. Thank you guys for tuning in. What an incredible experience. It's something I enjoyed so much, and it's probably something that I'll do again after I rehab my shoulder for the next couple of months, build my business for the next couple of months. I reckon I'll jump back in there. I'll share with you guys what I'm doing next week. Let's go.